The objective of Friedman test was to test the various treatments that were being taken under several blocks. That means we wanted to control the variation within various samples using the randomized complete block design. Now students, as you have learned by taking various examples, that how to apply the Friedman test to make the comparison between several groups. Now you will learn that how to follow the Friedman test under SPSS. So you will learn that what type of data or the variables that are to be defined under SPSS. The problem under hand is it was a study conducted by Hall et al. In 1970, where they want to make a comparison between the three methods of determining the serum amylase values in patients with pancreatitis. The results are shown, and we are required to test that whether these data indicates a difference among the three methods. So students, methods of determination, that means there are three treatments that are being given to us, and under the specimen we are talking about the blocks. So there were 9 blocks in total, and there were 3 treatments that are to be compared with each other. Now students, as far as the SPSS is concerned, after opening up the SPSS software, you can see that at the left bottom corner of the window, you have data view as well as the variable view. So in order to follow the Friedman test, you are required to click onto the variable view first, so that once we will define all the required variables, then we can enter the data onto those variables. So students, I've clicked onto the variable view. Now I'm going to define the 3 treatments that are to be compared with each other. So I've named them as, देखिए variable 1 को मैंने define किया. I've named it as method 1 because that was the method 1 under the first treatment. इसकी type मैंने ली है numeric. इसकी width है by default 8. Decimal is off to 0 because by default setting is for 2. We don't require the decimal as such because we have the whole numbers under all the 3 treatments. उसके बाद measurement आप लेंगे scale, because you remember that variable of interest for all the 3 variables that has to be continuous. So उसके continuous variable के लिए measurement हम लेते हैं scale. Then in the similar manner, we are going to define method 2. Its type is numeric, decimal are off to 0, and then the measurement is scale. That means we are taking this variable as to be continuous. In the same manner, students, we are going to define the last treatment under method 3. Its type is the same as numeric, decimal are 0, and then we have the scale as far as the measurement of the variable is concerned. Once we are done with all the definitions of the variables, we will have to click onto the data view. So once you have defined all the 3 variables, once you have collected onto the data view, students, you can see that 3 variables are defined as method 1, method 2, and method 3. Now you just observe, under method 1, we need to define the observations we have had in the sample. So पहली observation जो आपने define की under method 1, that was 4000, followed by 1600, then again the next value 1600, 1200, and so on. Similarly, you can define the data under method 2 and under method 3. So students, that is the particular data requirement under the Friedman test. So you need to define the total number of treatments you have had. Once you are done with the definition of the variables, under the variable view, you have clicked on to the data view, and under the data view, you have independently assigned all the observations to the particular group or the treatment. So that will complete the data requirement for the Friedman test under the SPSS.